What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
You were born in Chester, Pennsylvania. What was life growing up, and how did that environment shape you to be the person and fighter you are now?
So I grew up. My family's a big wrestling family. So my dad was wrestled at Penn State. My uncle wrestled at Central Connecticut. So I grew up. Like I said, I grew up wrestling. My dad ran a karate studio. So I kind of like was more of like a fan of fighting than I was like an actual fighter. But um, I always just grew up watching the UFC, the original like ECW. And when wrestling was over, I started doing jujitsu and like fell in love with jujitsu, and then had a teammate that was fighting, and I was like, "Yo, how do you get how'd you get that fight?" And I messaged this guy, and then I had a fight in 30 days. So it all just like came together real fast.
You mentioned having inspirations and watching early UFC. Are there any guys in particular that really sparked that move to make you get into combat sports?
Yeah, the first fight I ever watched was Uriah Faber and Jens Pulver. And then on that card was Miguel Torres.
Hmm.
You remember him? Um, yeah, I mean, I loved Vitor Belfort. Like, I was like a huge fan of Vitor. I like Brock Lesnar. Like, I like the big guys that like play the part. Like
Hmm.
they look like superheroes. Like those were the guys that I was fans of.
Well, as you've developed, you've became part of a really good team by Renzo Gracie Philly, or yeah, Renzo Gracie Philly. And if there's any place to become one of those superhero type fighters, it's definitely there. It's one of the most respected camps in the sport. And what has that environment done for you, development wise and mentally, for the fight game?
I think that like we just have so much momentum right now. Um, Especially with Joey beating Adesanya, Brady beating Buckley, Pat winning this weekend. Like we just have so much momentum that it really helps. Like um, everyone's active, everyone's fighting often, and it's good. It helps. When you have a bunch of guys around you doing the same things, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, you mentioned three guys that are on the UFC roster, very active fighters, and like you said, coming off of very big moments in their careers. Does working with them motivate you to do better and do more in the gym? And are there other fighters in there that are doing the same for you?
Hell yeah! I mean, nobody hits harder than Piper. So it's like if you're slacking, he's going to take it to you. And same with Brady, and even though Pat's a little bit small for me, like I've learned so much from Pat as well. He's like such an incredible technician, and he's added a ton to my arsenal, especially in like the past like two past this camp and for my previous fight, which I didn't get to showcase very much, but he's added so much to my game, my grappling game recently.
Yeah, you mentioned grappling in specific. Sabatini is such a technical artist on the ground, and he showed that with his control in his last fight this weekend. What specifically is he added to your game that you can add at a heavier weight class?
This is what I'll tell you. I will tell you that if you tune in on Saturday, you will certainly see.
So is that a hint towards having a primarily based ground game for your plan?
I've always been a grappler first. My striking has come a long way, but I don't ever want to forget my roots.
So you mentioned not wanting to forget your roots. Would you say that your identity as a fighter is a grappler?
Well, I was able to beat Adolfo Vieira, 10-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion, in a kickboxing match. So, and I was able to defend all his takedowns, and I primarily won rounds 1 and 3 with the striking. So, I think that I've shown that I can I can do both for sure.
I completely agree, and you've done it at the highest level. Throughout your career, you've faced true adversity and gone through it with wins and losses at that highest level. What have those losses taught you that wins couldn't?
Good question. Like I said, I think especially with the my most recent loss to Cam Rouston, it was again not forgetting your roots, like not forgetting where I came from. I think that is a fight that should have been an easy fight for me, um, but unfortunately, I I did not put myself in a position to grapple, and that's a mistake that I have to live with and just learn from.
So you mentioned putting yourself in a position to grapple. Cody Brundage has a primarily wrestling focus base. With having this focus to get onto the ground, how do you see that playing out stylistically?
I think that I'm better than him everywhere. I think my striking is better. I think my grappling is definitely better. Um, yeah, I think that I have fought better grapplers than him. I have fought better wrestlers than him. I mean, if you look at Maximov, Mearshart, Adolfo Vieira, all way more accomplished grapplers than Brundage, and I beat all three.
So you come into this fight with what looks like a lot of confidence, a lot of energy towards it coming off of your last fight. What has camp looked like for you? Has there been a different kind of energy in the gym?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like everyone's active right now. So Sean and Pat had fights this weekend. Me and Jeremiah have been training for the following weekend. Pfeiffer had just got done fighting Adesanya. So right now, like the gym's packed, everything's buzzing, and I hope it continues. I think that like, especially with the Philly card coming up
Mm-hmm.
in August. I think that like so many guys are going to be looking to fight on that card that just the energy in the gym is going to be a motivated energy for sure.
And I can definitely tell with the names that you're listing right now, the energy has been there for the past several weeks. With that Philly card coming up, there's big, Philly guys in the gym like Sean Brady, yourself, Pfeiffer. Do any of you guys think you see yourselves making that fast switch? Well, not as fast for Pfeiffer, but fast switch to get in, try and show out for your home crowd?
Yeah, I got no problem. I got that's plenty of time for me, man. I if you look at my topology, I have quick turnarounds. I have fought 4 times in 6 months, and I fought, you know, fighting 4 times in 6 months is no stranger to me. So, for me to fight in May and then again in August is nothing. That's perfect.
Well, I think that that would be an awesome fight, or that would be awesome for you to show out in your home crowd. With a win here against Cody Brundage, the division looks wide open. A lot of possibilities there. Where do you see yourself going in the future, matchup wise and activity wise, over the next year?
Right now, my focus is really just the quick turnaround and getting back in on and fighting before August, or if it's not the Philly card, then something before then. But as far as matchups go, um, I think honestly, yeah, I think a lot of the middleweights are booked like for they either just fought or they're booked for this month. So I think that there's a lot of names that would open up and would be willing to fight on the Philly card.
Do any in particular call out your name? Something that a fight that would stylistically you think would be fun for you, where it's overall just a fight that
Out of respect to Cody, I'll look. Call me after my fight, and I'll give you some names.
100% get that. So,
Or how about even better? Tune in May 16th,
well, of
and in
course,
my post fight interview, I'll certainly drop some names.
I'll be waiting for the call out there. Just outside of the ring with the gloves off, who is Andre Petroski?
Dude, I'm just honestly a dad. Honestly, I got a daughter, 6-year-old daughter, and my son turns 2 on Wednesday.
Happy
So I'm
early
gonna miss
birthday
his
to him.
birthday. Thank you, bro. I
Of course.
appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I live in Jersey. I live on the water. We do a lot of fun shit. Like I'm not like a rich guy, but I spend my money on cool shit. Like we got jet skis, we got kayaks. Like we're always doing stuff. It's fun over here. I live on a lake, so
Oh,
it's a
my
good
uncle
time.
lives on a lake in Jersey.
What's the name of it?
I don't remember, but if you say it and it's the same one, I'll know. No, I don't know.
You,
It's recording, so if you don't want to.
yeah, when you find out, DM me.
Yeah, okay, 100%.